Thank you so much for tuning in. This is clearly stated, and you are with Vibrating Minds. I want to talk about life synchronicities. They're actually quite amazing, to be honest, and I'll give you just a little idea once you learn how to calm yourself down, calm your brain down, calm your mind down by removing all the poisons and all the garbage that life puts in front of you. Synchronicities is that life is there and it's giving you all your answers, everything, all your answers are in front of you, literally. And I'll explain that to you. I know that you guys are aware that I'm in full transformational mode, and I'm growing and I'm learning every single day. And so I'm learning how to understand synchronicities, and I'm learning to understand how to maneuver through the everyday of life. So with that, uh, I have been on a healing journey, and this journey has been one of great transformational um, frequency. I'm telling you, it's just insane the amount of growing that I've come to, but because of pain, because of being and pain. Sorry, lack of will create so much tragedy. It'll create tragedy. And I say tragedy because that minute amount of lack of that could have been nipped in the butt early on was just fed, right? It was just fed. I apologize if you guys can hear this vehicle behind me. I'm sorry. But because the lack of was fed so well, created other lack of, right? Sorry about that. So, because the lack of was fed, then it created more lack of, right? Because obviously, if they're lacking something in the household, there's obviously lacking more than one thing. So, unfortunately, that lack of will really form your character, right? Will really decide which direction you choose your life to take. And while you understand that, you also need to remember that you are responsible for your own life. You created it, you made it. Exactly what you're living is exactly what you created. So remember that. So that removes automatically blaming others for the world that you're living. Just take your boxing gloves off, basically, is what it is. Just take the boxing gloves off. And once you've done that, then you have a different perspective on what life is in general. And at the end of the day, all life is a series of events and experiences that allow you to gain knowledge. So when you do decide, well, when your time is up with your earthly experience, you then go up and give source all your knowledge that you gained while you were here. So while you understand that aspect of it, now I want to go back to life synchronicities again and the healing journey that I've been on and that I'm working at doing as we speak. I'm healing tremendous amount of disappointment. Yeah, I'm healing a tremendous amount of disappointment. Wow, I just said that. See, um, so with that, I really got to learn about my lack of. And what I experienced my whole life and what I've learned of my lack of is that my biggest lack of was I was present in a household full of other kids. And the less time they seen us, the better off we were. So we didn't want to be around them any more than they wanted us to be around them. And why? Because they were both miserable. They were both miserable. So when you're in that household, and like I said, I'm the youngest of seven. So when you're in a household that you have two very unsettling parents that are in a situation that they both think they're managing well, meanwhile, it's just constant, consistent chaos, right? And there's so many factors applied to that chaos. So many factors. So when I think back to that life and that lack of within me, brought out my character trait of overcompensating. And the reason I'm overcompensating is because I so needed that. And because I so needed that, I want to make sure that everybody I come across has that. And I don't only want them to have it, but I want them to have more of it than I would have, taken. So that's the overcompensation, which comes from the lack of. I think I'm making sense, and I'm at 7 minutes right now, so let's see where this goes. So because of that lack of, it created that character trait within me. But I was also a very docile child, right? I was very soft, observative. I absorbed a lot of energy because now I know, right? I know that I'm 100%. My purpose now is to heal, and not only heal myself from my traumatic, toxic pain, but it's time for me to heal um, others as well with my knowledge. So this is what I'm here for. So um, synchronicities. Back to life synchronicities. So today I was I did a couple of videos today, and I was doing these videos, and as I'm doing them, I was obviously subconsciously, I was thinking to myself, okay, like, is this, you know, literally, like, I don't know why, but I was second guessing myself for whatever reason, because that's just the old programming wants to come back into play, right? And I know better than that. So because I'm so in tune now with the life synchronicities, I kind of try and pay attention. But ironically, I was in the middle of watching a video on something, and my phone rings, and it's an old friend of mine, a friend that I kind of disconnected with, but it's an old friend, like a friend that has been in my world since we were children, right? So, and she connected up with me today, ironically, for, whatever the reasons may be. But me being fully aware, I kind of just sat and she talking about whatever her life issues are and whatever's happening with her. And she's just very sad, and she was crying, and I just let her, right? I just said, I'm very sorry that you're going through what you're going through, and just trying to be there as a friend for her. And I'm going to cut this off here because I'm almost at 10, and I'll continue on in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. I'm clearly stated, and you are vibrating to vibrating minds. Until next time, see you on the flip side.